Good morning, my darling. Welcome to welcome to another episode of the Perspective Podcast. This is episode 81, and we are back home, safe and sound, and hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your week. It's currently 3rd of August. It's 3rd of August. You know where I'm coming from. 3rd of August. Well, if you want to get real deep, 3rd of August. It's my high school best friend's birthday. So everyone say happy birthday to Ramel. Happy birthday! Happy birthday to him, bro. He was really like a core memory during my high school that I'll never forget. You know when you have that high school friend that is just, which is funny, but you always spend your time with. You always would like chill. They'd always come yours, or you'd always go to theirs, and you'd always like just jam out to some good music or do whatever during the summertime. Or when you'd argue, bro, the next day you guys will be good. It's like that is what you call friendship. And even if it's for like a season, high school period, the respect and the love I'll always have for him, bro. Like high school friends or high school best friends, bro. I will never forget those friendships during high school because it really was it builds you up to the way that you are today, even if you don't realize. Yeah, even in the slightest. So I'm very grateful for him as a friend, even though we may not speak as much anymore. But I hope he's thriving. I must send him a happy birthday message before I forget. Yeah, I must send him a happy birthday message. But as well, August 3rd, it is. How many years has it been? Okay, let me start that again. August 3rd is the anniversary of Astroworld, bro. The anniversary of Astroworld. Astroworld dropped 8 years ago, which is kind of crazy. 8 years Astroworld dropped. It's ridiculous. 8 years. Bro, we're getting old. We are getting old. Is it 8 years? I think it is 8 years, bro. Bro, that's crazy. 8 years since Astroworld dropped. That doesn't feel real. 8 years ago, I was 15. Bro, that's crazy. But Astroworld dropped 8 years ago. And that was, I'd say that album to me. Oh, let me just get the. I've got the vinyl. What am I playing at? Astroworld was really one of them albums that you can never forget. This is such a staple album to me, bro. Such a staple album. I love it. Like even the track list from this album, I love this album so much, bro. So much. And yeah, he really put a lot of time and effort into this album. Astroworld, 3rd of August 2018. And till this day, I can't lie to you, I still prefer the nighttime one. Yeah, man, I think I still prefer the nighttime one. It just looks slick, and I think because of the way the album is, it just suits the vibe better. But of course, Broski wanted to keep it PG, you know. But for all them guys out there, I understand. But at the same time, it's like, damn. And also, what are these people doing? Do you guys think like what are these people doing? Like these people on the album covers, like what are they doing now? Like what are they actually doing now? Like, what are they actually doing now? Like, you see these kids on the album cover. Like, how old are they now? Like, what are they doing? Like, they don't realize that they are in like an iconic album cover. Millions of people have seen their face. Wait a minute, I'm just realizing that lady there, bro. She kind of got don't. She kind of got, bro. There's so many Easter eggs in this album cover that I didn't realize. There's a kid right there who's with the chewing gum, eating chewing gum, and he's holding the rodeo action figure. And I didn't realize that there's one, two, there's more people. Bro, I didn't realize that the little Easter eggs this album cover has. I did not realize that this album cover has many Easter eggs. But here we are. Here we fucking are. And honestly, one album it is, bro. One album. Like, genuinely, I'll never forget this album, period. It's such an iconic album to me. Too iconic, I'd say. too iconic. The amount of yeah in this album is ridiculous. We must stay focused. We must stay focused. This is no. Nah, but Astroworld is such a good album, bro. And like, oh, the streets will never forget this album, bro. The streets will never forget. They never will, and I never will forget about this album. Especially when it comes to the songs like Stargazing, hearing that for the first time. Well, it wasn't the first time, but you know, hearing that for the first time. Carousel. I'll be honest, I wasn't really a fan of Carousel. It took a while for it to grow on me. Sicko Mode, that was wow. Hearing that for the first time, it was ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Then RIP Screw, Stop Trying to Be God. I wasn't really a fan of RIP Screw, nor was I really a fan of Stop Trying to Be God. Hear me out though. For this album, my hope for this album was just straight rage music. So basically like Birds in the Trap, because that was my favorite Travis album at the time. And I think it still may be. But then you had No Bystanders. I was like, yeah, I like this one. Skeletons, of course, you know, I like that one. Wake Up, it's a vibe. But I was like, it's cool. 5% Tint. 5% Tint was my favorite when the album dropped because that beat is ridiculous. Bro, that 5% Tint beat is crazy. Like, man, I know it's a sample of a song, but the way he just slid on that song, he just didn't have to. NC-17, I wasn't really a fan of that one, but it was cool. Then you had Astro Thunder, and I got a confession to make. I wasn't really a fan of Astro Thunder when it dropped. It took a while for me to actually like dig it heavily. Then you got Yosemite, and of course, like that one it's easy. You can't not like that one. Then you had Can't Say. Everyone really loved that one, but I didn't love it at the time. But I thought it was cool. I thought Don Toliver's verse was cool. I was thinking, who is he though? I think everyone was thinking, who is that man? But he sounded really good. Then you had Who What, and I was always a fan of Who What, especially when Quavo and Takeoff did their verse, and Quavo's verses or his ad libs on that song. The streets will never forget that one. And Takeoff's verse on that album was ridiculous. Shooter the shooters, yeah. It's shit your producer, yeah. It's shit for the gang, a bang, a fucking a gushy groupie. Love on when she choose it, Big bear on the suit, Pull it with this in the standing was Eminem cuddle up, it's not a movie. Damn. Bro, and even like just Quavo's his you you bro. Oh man, what an album. But then after Who What, you have Butterfly Effect. Of course, you can't not like that one. That one's iconic during that time. And then you had Houston Fornication. I might need me some ventilation, a little vacation. Houston Fornication. Coffee Bean is really that type of song when you're walking outside, when not walking out, when you're leaving like when you're leaving a cinema. It's a perfect end scene, like ending credit for a film. And man, Astroworld, bro, Astroworld. Honestly, like Travis Scott, if you see this, yeah, you pulled off a fantastic album with this one. You really put your heart and soul into this. You made an absolutely amazing album that I've got nothing but respect because it's such a good album. I could talk about this album for so long, bro. Like, there's so many stories that I've had with this album. I was literally inspired to have my hair like this, and I did, and I liked it. But I don't think I can have my hair like that anymore. It doesn't suit me. I even had blonde tips for a little bit. Like, bro, Travis Scott really inspired me or influenced my my life, my looks to an extent. You know, he really got me into the color brown, but my favorite color will forever be blue. And brown just looks nice when it comes to fashion. But yeah, honestly, bro, this album, man, do you guys have an album that you love like so heavily till this day? If so, comment it down below because this is one of mine. I'd also say Nothing Was the Same by Drake is up there. I was so confused when that second beat on Stargazing happened. So confused. I didn't really like it. You see where I'm coming from? I did not like a lot of things from the album when it dropped. But then time really is the best provider because now I love it that I can listen to the album from the top to bottom. and I just enjoy it fully, wholeheartedly. But yeah, August 3rd is when a fantastic album drops, and it will forever be in my rotation. I'm passing the album on to my kids, to my kids' kids, so that my kids, you know what I mean? Like, damn, now it makes me think, imagine what the albums will be like during that time. Crazy, but yeah, my kids will be tapping into that album. My wife, or she, the requirement is that she already has to be tapped into the album. If not, then I'm putting her onto Astroworld, and we're listening to the album together. We're listening to the album. I think it's 56 minutes. We're listening to the album together. No distractions, no interruptions. Just tapping into pure greatness. And then after that, we can go get a smoothie or something and go on a little walk and just have a debrief of the album. Facts. Hope you guys are smashing it this week. Whatever you're going through, whatever's happening in your life, maintain being the best version of yourself and remain that person, bro. Him or her. Keep being the best version of yourself. I was watching Olivia Dean's Lollapalooza set last night. And bro, what a woman she is. Olivia Dean. Man, bro, she's another woman that I'm just like, she's so beautiful, bro. But her music is amazing. I will never forget the day that I tapped into Olivia Dean, and this was before her album dropped. This was before the hype even happened with her. This was during 2024, and I was going through a breakup at that time, and she dropped a song called Touching Toes. So I tapped into the album, and I was thinking, yo, this album is actually kind of cool. It was actually kind of sick, because it dropped on my TikTok. Like, it was on my TikTok, and it was a video of her like promoting the song or something. It was like a clip of the song. I was thinking, who is this lady? And I was like, yo, this sounds fire. And since then, it's been on set, like just been tapping into her music ever since. And then she dropped a single for her album, The Art of Loving, and it was Nice to Each Other. And since then, I mean, I was hooked even more. And then she dropped Lady Lady, and I was hooked even more. And then she dropped, what song did she drop after that? I think it was Man I Need. And that's when everything just shot up even more. And the rest is history, bro. And now she's headlining Lollapalooza. And I'll be honest, I gotta see her live, bro. I really gotta see her live because her music is amazing. To like watching her set made me realize that she is like the pop version of a Cleo Soul. If you don't know who Cleo Soul is, her music is just soul music, literally. And Olivia Dean is the pop version of that, but in her own way, because of her vibration and her energy that she gives off. She just moves so freely, and I love how she appreciates her band. I mean, if you don't do that as an artist, then what are you doing? But I love how she appreciates her band and her team and her family and her nan and her mom. She appreciates the people that are around her, and that's all you need. And she just sings amazingly. There's no backing track unless it's the harmonies, but really and truly, she has her backing singers to do that. So like, it's all live, bro. It's amazing. She sounded brilliant, and I was just watching her set, thinking, "Damn, what a woman!" And then to make it even better, she brings out Sam Fender, bro. You know how much I love Sam Fender's music. I genuinely would say he's one of my favorite artists right now. And yeah, they performed Rain Me In. It's mad how Rain Me In is really the longest number one song ever in the UK, and as it should be, you know, or that the song previously is cool, I guess, but we're not in them times no more. We're in 2026. Like, we've moved on past that stuff. Now we're on this, but it's crazy how that song released last year. I'll be honest, I when the version with Olivia Dean dropped, I was like, it's cool, but I still prefer the original version. And so to an extent, I still do, mainly because the intro is a little bit longer. However, the one with Olivia Dean is good because there's obviously Olivia Dean and there's a bit more depth into the song itself. So you can't not hate it. I'm just very picky when it comes to that. But yeah, as it should be the longest number one song in the UK because it's an amazing song. That guitar riff, ding, that's all you need, bro. It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm still waiting to interview some. Not, I mean, I wouldn't want to interview him. What am I saying? I'd love to interview him, but I'd love to like do just chat to him. To be fair, chat to him, ask him what his favorite snack is. You know what I mean? Go on a walk, chat about life. You know what I mean? Like chat about who he's tapped into. Ask him who he's tapped into. Ask him who like he's inspired by, literally, or what was going on through his mind when he made All Is on My Side. You know, like what was going on through his mind when he made Mantra or Paradigms. What was going on through his mind when he was making TV dinner? Because that song is dirty. That song is ridiculous. That song is crazy. Like generally, I'd actually ask him those questions. You know, like what was going on through his mind when he was making them songs? Like what was actually going on through his mind? Like was it rainbows and sunshine or was it thunderstorm and rain? Was it thunderstorm and hail or was it thunderstorm and lightning? What was going on through his brain, bro? Because he cooked. He cooked. He literally cooked. And I'd also ask him what is his gym split. You know, like does he lift? Like does he go get a session in? And if he does, what does he train? You know what I mean? Like what does he do? Has he ever tapped into high rocks? These are questions that you should be asking people, these artists, not on some like boring questions. I mean, I'm guilty. I'll be asking boring questions myself. But yeah, that was a very random tangent. But yeah, Sam Fender, ridiculous. Olivia Dean, ridiculous. They deserve that number one, and I'll be tapping into their music for L. I'll be tapping into their music for L. They gotta love it, and one thing I like about Sam Fender, he's really got an army with him. Like he's got a cult. He's really got a cult, because that is absolutely amazing. And one thing I'm thinking, when you have the longest number one song of all time, what does that what does that what does that mean? Like, what does that mean for the artist and for the song itself? Like, do you get a reward? Like, of course you would get a plaque, but does what does that do to your career? What does it do to your career? Is the question. Like, I think that sometimes when you get a number one song, what happens? What happens to your career? Does that mean that your prices go up? Like what happens? Because if you've been having a number one song for that long, does that mean that your prices go up just little by little by little? Does that mean you get more money because more people are listening to that song because it's still number one? So does that mean you're having a field day that you don't need to drop for a long time because that song is still performing well? I don't know. I do think about that sometimes. Like who's an artist that just their music is always gonna do well regardless in the charts and they haven't even dropped in a while. Um Morgan Wallen, always. Taylor Swift, Boogie Woman. Recently in the US charts, Ella Langley. Bro, the radio must love her music. Honestly, the radio must love her tunes because she's everywhere. She's everywhere. It's mad how one year can really change the trajectory of your year, and she's really just shot up. She's like I did not know who she was last year. Now she's just like she's doing her thing, and kudos to her because her music is nice, and she's a good looking woman, you know. So whatever she's got going on, yeah, she's doing her thing for real. Damn, we must stay focused. We must stay focused. We must stay focused. But you can't not appreciate good looks. You can't. A good voice, good looks. What more do you need, bro? What more do you need? Tell me, what more do you need, bro? What more do you actually need? But yeah, Ella Langley, bro, she's been dominating the charts recently. And it does make me think, okay, what happens to an artist when they maintain that number one? What does it mean? What actually happens? Because that just means that they just will not drop even more because they're number one now. I don't know. Or does it make them more of a prestigious artist or like a higher tier artist? What does it mean? I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. Ding. Speak about Lollapalooza one more time. I was watching Charlie XCX's set, and I can't lie. When it comes to her performances, it really is just a club. It's a club. it is a club performance. She's not really trying to do too much. I mean, she's going crazy. She's like flipping, whipping her hair, doing all that crazy stuff. You know, she does not care. You know, she's going crazy. She really is. Kudos to her. Her sets look sick. I've actually seen her one time. It was during Coachella last year. It was during that year when she was just like on a ridiculous run last year, and it was during the time when she dropped Guess with Billie Eilish. She brought Billie Eilish during the first week, but not during the second week. You know, it makes me sick. But you know, anyway, she was able to do a dubby set at Lollapalooza, and I like how her set is very. If you've got epilepsy, yeah, yeah, no chance. Don't even bother because there's something about her sets that just look ridiculous. Like it really is like Playboy Carti in my eyes in terms of just the lights. The strobe lights go crazy. She really made sure that there's like strobe lights on like everywhere. Like there's just strobe lights. That's all you see, just strobe lights. There's like smoke. There's fire. You know, especially with her album that she dropped, Music Fashion Film, she really is bringing that like rock element to her shows, and it's kind of cool. But I feel like when it comes to her performances, well, to the crowd, people are still expecting a brat type of performance. They're not. I don't think they're ever gonna be over that. Facts, and I don't think she'll ever. Damn, I'm not gonna say that, but bro, that Brat album had such an impact. I don't even think she realizes how much of an impact she had, and I know she's probably over it. But when she's performing it, bro, she's in it. She's actually like she's dialed in. But yeah, tap into Charlie XX one time because you will like her set, you will like her performances, and yeah, I'm seeing her again at Leeds Festival. So I'm looking forward to that. To be fair, looking forward to see what energy she's gonna bring out or who she is gonna bring out. But it's gonna be Leeds, so it's not gonna be the the mainstream one. As we go into the new week, these are some like peak songs that I've just in my rotation recently that I'll just be like listening to a lot. And I'm gonna put you guys on to some ball knowledge because yeah, I've been tapping into a few tunes recently. Odile, he dropped his album, well EP, and it's called For a Good Time. I'd recommend for you to listen to that because it's a good ass EP. It's just one vibe that you just can't not like. It sounds good. It's flowing. It's chill. It's literally perfect for that type of vibe. Bits and Pieces by Casper Sage. Bro, whoever he is, shout out to him because his music is amazing. I tapped into it. I mean, not even intentionally. I was watching Fred again's YouTube stream that he was doing when he was making a mixtape with Latin Mafia. He was basically making an album with Latin Mafia until the album is until the album is done. He was like, "All right, we're making a mixtape until it's done," which is kind of cool. So they did that, Ryan. While they were on the stream, they were like listening to just to music, and that song "Bits and Pieces" by Casper Sage was playing, and it sounded ridiculous. It sounded crazy. I'd recommend for you to listen to "Bits and Pieces" by Casper Sage, as well as Sun Kill Moon. I'd recommend to listen to them. They have a song called Doc Q Kim. It sounds phenomenal. I tapped into Foo Fighters, and they have a song called Aurora. Ridiculous. Like those are a few songs I've been tapping into, as well as This Night Has Opened My Eyes by The Smiths. Not Ready by Calvin Harris and Pie Next Door. Hear me out. If you haven't heard that song, tap in. It's a ridiculous song. It dropped 2018 and it was during that summer period. It just sounds really good. As well as The Rope by Wonder Horse and Bring It Home to Me by Sam Cooke. Fire. Those are just songs that are perfect for this type of weather and it just sounds good. Like you can't not like, so I'd recommend for you to listen to them songs, have them in your rotation. Every week it's always gonna be something different that you just can't not listen to. I guarantee you will like one of them songs. You will like one of them. And it will be a soundtrack to your day or to your week, at least one of them. I feel like it will be the Sam Cooke song, Bring It Home to Me. It's gonna be a week since Spider-Man's dropped and I've still not watched it. I've got to watch that film. It's in my list to watch. And then I think that's it for now when it comes to like major films dropping. because I've been tapping into a lot of films recently. I've tapped into a film the other day called Waves, and bro, that film is heartbreaking. Waves is a heartbreaking film that you just have to watch, and the soundtrack on top of that is amazing. I'd recommend for you to watch Waves if you want to watch a film that would just break your heart. Just watch that film. There's not much that needs to be said, bro. It breaks your heart, and it will really have you looking at life differently. Facts. And as well as I watched a film called Mud. It's got Matthew McConaughey in it. You know, just Matthew McConaughey himself. He's a good actor, but I'd recommend for you to watch that and just tap into it. You'll enjoy it. I liked it, and I thought it was a good film. And the message behind it, it just shows you that love is, it's not always gonna be the way you want, like you'd expect. Love is all over the place. Love is really all over the place, bro. It's yeah, it can be complicated, it can be difficult, but you just gotta keep going through it. That's all I'm gonna say about the film Mud. And if you've watched it, then you know, bro. But if you haven't, I'd recommend for you to watch it because it's a good ass film. To me, this year has been one of them years that I've recently been enjoying watching movies a bit more. I never really used to watch films as much, but now is that time that I'm actually dialed in, that I'm willing to just watch a film. I don't know why I never used to really watch films like that, but I mean, I think I was more of like a series type of person or Netflix, and I don't really like, I'm not really tapped into that. I've kind of gone out of the, like that type of stuff, but yeah, man, I can't lie, I've just been watching films recently, bro, and it's low key but a hobby of mine a little bit. It gives me inspiration, or it inspires me with what I want to create or what the way that I see my life, or even just like little details of what people wear, what people, just little things like that. But of course, the best way to get inspiration is to travel, and I want to travel instantly, wherever there is to go, bro. I'm willing to get out of here, go wherever because yeah, we can't really be staying home. You gotta get out and see life through your own eyes. It's really been a month since I traveled to Boston, and even though that was 5 days, it was an amazing trip, and I'd do it again. I'd do it again. But where would I go this time? I actually don't know. I don't know. I really love going to America. Every time I go to America, I'm always like fascinated with the country or the city itself, but wherever I'm at, it's just nice. And yeah, it's very wholesome being in America. Well, it depends where you go, because some parts are a bit, they're a bit. I mean, I've only been to two states and I've enjoyed my time there fully. But yeah, I'd say that just being in America, I don't know, it just opens your eyes a little bit more. But I'd say that about going to other places. For example, when I was in Zimbabwe with my family, that place, bro, just being there with family and seeing how different people live with the little that they've got, and they can still have a smile on their face and show love to others even during difficult periods. It says a lot about where you at, and it doesn't really matter about the economy. They're still happy. They're literally still having the time of their life, bro. Whatever $5 or $10, bro, they'll use it to go to the bar and just chat with their friends about life and listen to some good music. You really get to see different perspectives on how people are living, and even with the little that they've got, bro, they're still happy with the little things that they've got. And it's like, okay, if they can do that, then so can you, even with the blessings and the privileges that we have. And I feel like sometimes we can take it for granted. I know I can. The fact that we have unlimited access to water, to hot or cold water. There's people that don't even have access to hot or cold water, let alone water, period. But we are blessed with the little things. And I never really took it to account. Even just having a roof over our head, having the option to change our bedding, to change our clothing. If we don't want to wear that, we can change it to wear something else. We have a washing machine. We have a plate full of food, bro. We have a phone. We have technology. Like these are just like I don't know how to explain it, but we get so wrapped up. I get so wrapped up in life sometimes that I forget how grateful I am. I've got a damn car, like, and even though my car is low key like going through it, it's still getting me from A to B. And sometimes I don't realize how grateful I am. Like, sometimes, of course, I'm grateful, but sometimes it's like, damn, I don't realize the gratitude that is there, or I don't realize how much my mom has worked. Like she worked so hard, bro, to for even just to never have to starve because we're always thriving even during the problems. You know, I was raised with a single parent mother, and she worked her ass off. She worked so hard just to get by, and I'm very grateful for everything that she's done. And the love will never be taken for granted. But sometimes, you know, you can. Well, from my experience, I kind of forget the little things that we have, especially because of how mundane they are. But they're very, very, very amazing to have. Like to even have a vinyl collection is ridiculous. Like I don't know, like little things like that. To even have this podcast, for you to be even listening to this podcast, I'm very grateful for that because yeah, it's not really yeah, life is challenging, but you know the fact that we have these things installed for us is more than enough, and I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, thank you for even tapping in, and generally it's a pleasure to even be speaking to you guys or just checking in. I'm down to go Australia at some point. I'm down to go Australia. I like I was just anywhere, Asia, explore Africa a little bit more, explore Europe a little bit more too. As I was saying, I'm down to travel anywhere, wherever there's good weather, good people, good vibes, something that I can just like get some inspiration from. I mean, inspiration comes from within, but it all comes from just like seeing different things. That's why I love to travel because I always come back fired up and ready to just keep going because, bro, there's more at stake. Like, there's so much that we can gain, but as well, we have nothing to lose. Well, I feel like I've got nothing to lose, just got more to gain. And yeah, every day I realize that this life is really a game. It's a mindset game every single time. No matter what we're going through, bro, it's a test. It is a damn test that we're going through every single day. And sometimes I don't realize this is gonna get really dark or deep. I don't realize how my mindset or like my inner conscious can be speaking negatively, and without telling it to stop, it will not stop. Sometimes like I'll just be going through, I don't know, I'll just be chilling, and it would just keep spiraling with like negative things at times. And then because I'm so caught up in it, it's difficult to get out of it. Like you really have to say something like you have to, damn, the baby's still crying. You really have to tell the mind to just like shut up at times, or you just got well, not, maybe not shut up because that's not nice, but you just gotta like be nice to it because damn, what is going on for your mind, for my mind to be not nice or to be negative. Life is too short to be negative at times, especially to yourself. And yeah, I've realized that sometimes I can get caught up, and it's not the greatest, but it's a learning mechanism. Being aware is the first step, and I'm getting better at that. Journaling a little bit more about it, it's like speaking to God more about it, speaking to my people about it, because I realize that sometimes I can keep things within, and it's not good to do so. And yeah, I feel like this episode or this podcast is realizing that s- I've got I've got a lot of problems, but don't we all? Don't we all, bro? Don't we all? But that's the whole point of this podcast for me to just be transparent and open because I know that I'm not the only one going through these problems, and it's to showcase that it's okay to be going through shit. It's okay. It's okay. We all go through it. We're young, early 20s. We don't know what I don't know what I'm doing. I just love music and I love filming. And sometimes I do be thinking like, is it what I really love? Like if not this, then what? And then after that, I'm thinking, damn, I don't know what else I'd be doing if it wasn't this, because this is really, this is really my life. If you've watched Ted Lasso, there's a guy called Danny Rokan. Yeah, he literally says football is life and filming is life, bro. Literally, filming is life to me anyway. I could do this like all day, maybe not all day because I'll be drained as fuck, but my mind is constantly thinking about this. That's like ridiculous. But hey, enough about me. It's still summer. Go and get your days cracking. You know, do something an adventure, even if it's just the tiniest thing. Go out, speak to people. It's easier said than done at times. Easier said than done, 100%. And I realized that like there's a little life hack for you to stop thinking so much about it. Just do it quickly before your mind even thinks. I was at the gym this morning. Yeah, I was at the gym this morning, and there was what was happening. I was training legs, so I was at the like the leg training area, like the bar racks and stuff. And there was this girl in front of me. She was kind of attractive, and she came up to me and she was like, "Oh, are you using this?" I was like, "Nah, you can take it." And then to be the smart wise man, I helped her, and then in the back of my head I was thinking, damn, should I speak to her more? But then after that, I just like was just in a mad spiral, like, oh, should I speak to her? 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 But then I didn't, and then I was thinking, I'll speak to her after my set, and then I didn't. And I was like, oh, I'll speak to her after my set. And I just didn't. And it kept happening again and again. And I stunk it up. I stunk it up. This is to say, like, bro, if you think too much, bro, you've messed it up, and you don't realize it until after it's actually happened. And then, like, of course, it comes into like wisdom now, and you can carry it to the next thing. Like, okay, now that we learned from this, next time you have no choice but to go for it. So yeah, if you wanna do something, bro, go and get it without even having to think, because sometimes it ends up being the best thing, and you shouldn't have to think. Sometimes I feel like when you get older, you start to think more. Because I never used to think this much in my life, period. But now I'm turning to a point that sometimes I just think a bit, a bit even about the things that are just meaningless. I was at a car show intervention yesterday, and I was just asking for some advice from like from these people that have just established themselves. And the one thing, well, these are a few things I said. The first guy said, "Don't stress about the small things because they're meaningless. Like the small things that they like in a greater scheme of things, they don't mean anything, and that could be anything. Like it could be the smallest detail. Yeah, like the small things that you're worrying about, it doesn't mean shit." To the point that it's like you shouldn't even be worrying about it, because in the grand scheme of things, you're still gonna be okay. You're still gonna be alive, thriving. And there's something else that another guy said. He said to me that when he was in his early 20s, he spent majority of his time. Oh, I thought the camera was working normal. He said he spent majority of his time trying to please people, and it didn't get him anywhere. So the one thing that he'd say is to don't be a people pleaser. Do what satisfies you, because if you do things to satisfy or please people, if you do too much of trying to please people, it will catch up to you. I was like, damn. I had to look at him and be like, damn, what a wise man. What a wise man. Because it's true. And as well with like social media and stuff, it can be so easy to please people. Or like, when you see things trending, you're like, oh, okay, I'll do that because I see a lot of people doing it. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to do none of that. So yeah, that was wise words from the guy. And as well, someone else. What did he tell me? What did he say? He said, "Go and get it and stop being a lazy git." Nah, imagine. Honestly, I would have found that very inspiring. You know what I mean? Like, you got a Porsche and you're just telling me to do that. I'm like, damn, okay, maybe I needed to hear that, maybe I needed to hear that. Facts. But, yeah, sometimes, like, speaking to strangers, bro, they can put you onto some game, especially if they don't know who you are, because they don't really have any, like, bias or anything. They don't really know they don't really know you, so they low-key be the people that will give you good advice. So, yeah, ask people, strangers, some advice, and they'll put you onto some game, bro. It's still festival season, and as well, I want to talk about Boomtown for a little bit. So I'm pretty much going there, right? And I don't know what to expect. Is it really the UK version of a Tomorrowland? That's what I have a view of it being in my head, especially because of the lineup. It's all over the place. It's really next week, but I haven't prepared for it at all. And I know that there's a lot of people that are going to be going there on their own, which is good. You shouldn't let anything stop you from going somewhere, doing something, especially if your friends can't come. And I've been preaching that ever since. Go to the places that you want to go to, even if you have to do it on your own, because you end up having the best experiences. You end up meeting cool people that have the same interest, and then you end up just making friends with the people because you've got the same interests. And of course, like, it'd be cool to bring your friends so that you can chat about it in the future, but it's okay because you've already made a story with the people that you're with now. So I'd 100% say that don't let it stop you. And Boomtown, I've like during university, I'd see like the people that I knew that go to that festival, and but it was always the people that are into that like rave music. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I really don't know, but this is gonna be an experience that we are down to see, and whatever happens, happens. One of them ones. And I feel like that's the type of festival that they put a lot of care and effort into the festival ground itself rather than just the music. I think so. I may be wrong, but I feel like it's that type of festival that has that type of vibe that they really put a lot of care. That's why I'm saying it reminds me of a Tomorrowland, because Tomorrowland, they are built different when it comes to their experiences and the way that they run their festivals. Kind of also reminds me of like Glastonbury, but Glastonbury is like peak. He really is peak that I don't think it can ever get peaker than a Glastonbury or a Tomorrowland. To be fair, they're like one of the biggest festivals in the world. So you know what? Shout out to them. Shout out to them. But yeah, don't let anything stop you from having experiences and doing it on your own. Go and get it. Go and do it because you'll enjoy your time. I hope you do. You'll meet sick people and it will end up being a core memory that you'll never forget. And it's weird, it does something that it increases your confidence because you were able to do that on your own. That you're like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. And then you do it again, and then you do it again. But then you can kind of fall into the trap of doing it too much on your own that you forget to do experiences with your people. So yeah, I'd say it can be difficult. You gotta have like a little bit of a balance to do things with your people and as well to do things on your own. Because I feel like I fell into a trap where I was doing too many things on my own that I completely forgot to do things with my friends or with my people because I was so dialed in on having to do this by myself without even like thinking. Because when you do things by yourself, you don't think about like bringing your people with you. You just go and do it. So I'd say, yeah, balance it out sometimes. Do things with your people, but as well, don't forget to do things by yourself. We all need that time to just like have some time alone, especially in a new environment. There's something magical that happens that you just have to be there to experience it and to see it through your own eyes. And yeah, you can take as long as you want. If you feel like leaving, you can leave. You can literally do whatever you want to do. That's the best part about doing things on your own. You can leave whenever you want. You don't have to rely on someone else's time and what they want to do. Yeah, it's a time that you can just do what you want. I hope that your 2026 has been a fruitful year for you so far. Whatever goals or whatever goals or plans you've got, make sure you keep showing up. Time is really ticking. Before you know it, it's gonna be Christmas, which is crazy. So keep showing up and keep being the best version of yourself. Whatever you got going on in your life, you will be okay. You will be good. Just keep showing up no matter what. Speak to your friends, speak to your family, and keep that head up. Yeah, you are a star, and you will forever flourish with whatever you're doing. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise, because if they do, tell them, tell them to me, like tell me, and I'll got some words for them. You know what I mean? Because yeah, every single one of you, you're always gonna be thriving, and you may not think that your life may be going all over the place, 'cause so is mine, but you will be okay. My name is Limitemi. Thank you for tapping into the episode 81, and see you guys next week.